What's up everyone, it's Amors, new video, and in this video I'm going to compare or react on live performances from Madrid pre-party from 4 countries, and I've chosen ballads. I've chosen Serbia, I've chosen Latvia, I've chosen Slovenia, and I've chosen Portugal. I will react on each and one of them separately. Then I will do some conclusion and I will tell you who I like more and why. And also I will comment the odds, because this is why we are here on commenting odds. Let's talk. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very glad you're here. Don't forget to subscribe to the video, share the video, like the video, ring the notification bell not to miss any of my future videos, and also watch my previous videos after you will watch all of this. Of course, you can also become a member and having this content much more sooner actually in the moment I will upload it, and don't need to wait for 3, 4, 5 days when it comes back to where it's come online for everybody, or also receive some exclusive content just for you, and that's all can support my channel, my creation, and so on, and blah 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 blah. But let's talk about those 4 countries. I didn't choose them accidentally because they all are 4 very strong ballads, and 3 of them they are kind of starting to be around each other in the odds, even though they are like 18 for Serbia, 20 for Slovenia now, and 22 for Latvia, which climbed its way up in the odds. But for example, Portugal is 35. It's just this is the only ballad, actually a little bit of Slovenia, but ballad which really went completely down, and basically it's almost the last, which is kind of a surprise. I will watch those performances, and after all I will tell you why I think this is happening, if my theory, because it's a theory, it's a subjective feeling, is true, and also about each of them. Of course I know guys you are passionate about it, especially the guys from Serbia. There is no hate about your country, your artist, your song, no hate. It's subjective feelings. Also some objective things which you don't like to hear, and maybe I will change my mind after watching this video, but I just want to assure you that this is nothing like this, you know. I just want to tell you my feeling and maybe be much more real. I want to be realistic, and realistic sometimes feels negative, but I'm not here to please anybody, not even Slovenians, not even Portuguese, not even Latvians, not even anybody else. I'm here to tell you my opinion, and then it's up to you if you like it or not. I just want you to know this from me, that there is no particular hate about any country actually at Eurovision, like zero. I don't care. This is not my purpose in here. But let's talk first about, and let's take it, you know, from the lower odds. So let's start with Portugal, and let's react on Yolanda with the song Grito and her live performance in Madrid pre-party. So she's alone on the stage. I'm not sure this dress really like makes her look amazing. I would choose a different one. This doesn't really. But doesn't matter, but she sings brilliantly. This is brilliant. Those vocals are just amazing. Also the melody of the song, it sounds exactly like in the national selection. Like, this is perfection. But I will then tell you what I think why it's 35. It makes a little bit sense. It's sad, but it makes a little bit sense. But she's a born performer, you know. And she acts a lot, which also doesn't need to be the thing, you know. And the composition of this song is not really traditional popish ballads. It's very specific, very local at some point. And you cannot, this is not thing you can sing also with her. Even the performance, come on, performance is brilliant. And of course, like the guys, what you did with this pre-party visually, this is amazing, amazingly directed, amazingly shot, with amazing light. Like I always remind Czech national selection and I see this, oh my god. Pre-party, brilliant. Interesting. If you're a juror, you would say, wow, I need to, like, I cannot not have it in my list, in my opinion, because this is on every artistic level, professional level also, it's brilliant. It has no weakness. It has some. I will then compare it to everything and I will tell you why it's there. But why it's there in the odds where it is. But from the professional point of view, from the jury point of view, from the producer's point of view, so. But let's say from the jury point of view, this is a brilliance. From the producer's point of view, you would say like, okay, what I want to achieve at Eurovision, and this is a risk. After all, this is a risk. Of course, it came from the national selection. The performance is brilliant. It will be brilliant in Malmö. It will be brilliant everywhere. Yolanda just know how to perform. She is sure she doesn't need to do anything different than she did in pre-party or in national selection, because she just knows what she's doing. She just knows it. It doesn't feel new to her. She's a born performer, experienced performer with brilliant vocal capabilities, charisma, stage presence. There is nothing kind of missing. Just this one thing, just this one, maybe two things, which are the reasons why Portugal is not at the same level as the other ballads in the odds. But I will talk about it after. Now let's watch another one and let's take Don's, because he's 22nd in the odds when I'm doing this video, and I'm curious how his live performance looks and maybe how it differs from the national selection vocally, of course, and or in Don's case, I was a little bit like, as a downside of his was his acting skills. It wasn't still authentic, his performance, not vocally but body language, expression to what the song is presenting. And I'm very curious if he found the formula. He can do it, and because the guys in Spain, they shot this so perfectly, I think this is a very relevant source of information. This is brilliant. Where pre-parties get, this is brilliant. I did a like very nice podcast about this, so check it out, about pre-parties in general and how important they are in the whole mechanism of Eurovision, and not just this. It's not just about this impact. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. I must say, I really love this song. I really love it. The melody, immediately, even I think after all it could be mixed better. Like it missed some layer. Is this good? Oh, this he's with the echo. Oh my god, even the sound in Spain pre-party, they did perfectly. Okay, now he's dark. Like vocally, this is perfection. Again, yes, now he's intense. It's better than the national selection. The spider cam is on completely different frame rate than the rest. That's why it's a little bit shaky. Yeah, I know. I see all of this. I think he can be even more preacher. more authentic. But in lows, in highs, he's perfect, and the vocals has imprint with the charisma, and he is charismatic. See? No glory. Na 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 is killing me slow, and I can sing with him. This is the good thing about songs in English. Everybody can sing. This song works. I think this is the way why it risen up from below 30 up to 22 position right now, and he's much better. I can feel that he's in the song, and he's like aggressor, but resigned a little bit, and I think he can be a little bit more like. There is something like he's improving. He's improving in. He's improving in expressions. He's improving in the way how he's selling the song, because the vocal imprint, the vocal in general, this is like zero issue, of course. But then there is this level about I can sing, but I'm a singer or I'm a performer, and I think he's becoming, or he probably was even before, but I think on the levels I'm watching it, he's becoming a better performer with better understanding the song, or having the song imprinted in him, and he is selling it better. He's much more authentic in it, and I think he can go even upper in the odds a little bit, especially if he will be a little bit lucky. And I'm saying about luck because semifinals without the juries, this is not good for many artists. It's not good. But if he will make it, the juries in the finals will give him some points for sure, because this is like, if you will like the song, then it's even upscale the number of votes you would send, because it talks, and I'm very curious how they will manage to do it on the big stage, because I think there is still a little bit space of improvement in the performance. But when he will suddenly reach this level of being absolutely in the song, authentic, without me even hesitating about it and thinking about it, then he can go really high, because he is brilliant singer with a really good song. Okay, but let's go to Slovenia, another song I really like, especially for its dramaturgy, especially for it's very slow build up and then explosion, which always gives me chills, always. Raven, Veronica, Slovenia. This is just good. Oh, this mystical melody. This Slavic witchcraft vibe in it, you know, this I love. This pagan atmosphere. But she has some choreography over there. This is not a profile, this fits her, really. They must be aware of this with the cameras. But this... And front, perfect, she looks beautiful. But not this profile. Not the right profile. Amazingly shot. You see that the tempo of editing fits the song crazily. Oh, there's a dancer, I just found out. Now I see it. But it didn't catch the attention, you know, which is actually good in my opinion. You can help yourself with it. This is hardcorely good. But you must be a little bit fan of this melody, you know, also. Which I am. The editing is perfect in here. Like, I should concentrate on it, but you can see how dynamic editing in the right moment helps the whole live performance. It recreates it. Ja som, ty si, Veronica. Oh. This is so strong. And now the stop time. Perfect. They'll jump from my... They will jump. And now she's hardcore. And of course the singing. And she has this witchy charisma. When she looks into the public, you know. Of course, vocally, again, it's brilliant performance. You know, this is also the issue because all the ballad singing artists are just perfect. This is not an issue for them, neither of them, in my opinion. All right. Like after this performance, I would say like Slovenia becomes my favorite ballad. Also with Israel, but I didn't see Israel live, really live. So hard to compare, but I love Veronica more and more and more and more. I just like the song. It's not a guilty pleasure. I wouldn't say guilty pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I enjoy charisma of her voice, vocals, how she acts on the stage, how she sells the role she has in this song. How of course the editing helped. Oh, this is perfect, but I'm looking television and this creates such a huge difference which so many people don't feel. So many people are so practical also in my industry, you know. DOPs they just don't feel those little changes, and then if you do the same thing differently, it's like two different things emotionally, because the brain just works this way. And my god, this just the whole thing, like guys from Spain again, eurovisionspain.com, congratulations ultra much. You're like you such effort you put in it. This is brilliant, and you are helping every single artist, because this is for in my opinion this is very first pre-party in history when the outcome of it, it's television standards, maybe better than television standards in many countries, including Czechia. It has amazing sound. It's mixed perfectly, which always was an issue for pre-parties, and I'm glad that you did this for the artist, because you leveled up what pre-party means in all the mechanism of Eurovision and in what it means for the whole environment of Eurovision. This is just a level up and big ups, and I think Raven should helps you clap and give like heads down for you and hands up, because this is just those are professional outcomes which you can present, and you can say like, is this artist really good or not? You cannot really say after watching so many of those things that the technique didn't work perfectly. It didn't. No, this is like one-to-one quality, and just good songs, good artists, perfect artists will stand out, and Raven stood out. Raven stood out. Like, I don't want to comment it. This is 20 now in the odds, and I'm promising you that if this is going to the finals, it will end up even better. It will end up even better, and this Eurovision will be crazy, you know, because juries have many songs where they can put votes, and public will vote for completely different thing, and like somebody who will be on 15th place will win in the odds, you know. Let's see. Anyway, let's watch Serbia, and then let's go to some conclusions. Again, I don't hate Serbia. I just think it has some things which, in my eyes, drags it down. But let me watch this. Let me comment it. Let me comment it after, and then jump to the conclusions. Right, guys? If I may ask you, of course. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this put the graphics there in. Oh, they went through the mist. Brilliant. This is. I guarantee you that this will look better than the national selection in Serbia at some point, editing wise, because editing after all it's the magic. Also, she looks better without that makeup and so on. This looks better. Maybe without all the props, crazy, and a crazy LED screen, maybe ambient. Now it really feels she goes through the graveyard, you know. You know, music doesn't need that much after all, especially such a nice song. It's very catchy song, very catchy. It's very hard to sing this perfectly. This is the best version of the song. It gets emotional a little bit. I finally understand her, you know. This is better than national selection, pardon me. And it's a concert. Maybe that's because it's much more authentic, you know. Actually, I think this is the moment when it's kind of starting to losing me at some point, but I will tell you why. And then I'm back in this intimate melancholy. It's beautiful. Perfect, like, oh my god, I'm some oversensitive person, you know. But for the very first time, this song, this live performance moved something in me for the very first time, and I immediately can tell you why. Because in here, it felt for the very first time authentic. It didn't feel like a theater. It didn't feel like acting. It felt real. And the only moment where it a little bit get me off was when she went to this queen of performer. I cannot tell you exactly like why, but when she stand up and went to this final chorus, final Lila Ramunda, strong, powerful vocals, when I understand that she tries to gradate, but from the very intimate graveyard walk with sadness, then you go powerful. I would probably prefer if she just kneels. If she can do it kneeling and like by being on her knees sing, because I think she would be able to do it. And like you know, like she's crying on the grave, that without the grave, I think I don't need to see it, I just need to feel it. And when the camera will go around her, when the edit will be right, when it will be softly lit up, then this would be the real power. The stand up, the going around and going around, that takes me off from this emotion, honestly. And this is the only thing I would say, kind of, not, I don't want to say wrong, you know, but you understand what I mean. Like, I she finally got me, the position was there, and there is this little detail to the perfection. And of course, this was, oh my god, I have it all the time. This was the fourth song. And first I will tell you why Portugal is 35 now in the odds, why it's going down. Because if you also compare it to those other three ballads, it's the least approachable in general. It's very specific, it's a niche. You cannot sing it. It doesn't have, because all those three songs from Latvia, from Serbia, from Slovenia, they have a catchy part, and Portuguese song doesn't have it. It just doesn't have it. It's an art. It's for the concert. It works, but it doesn't. It's not catchy. Even it catches you in the moment. It's not a song which you will then repeat in your head, because even if you like or don't like Ramonda, you know it imprint in your head. Lila Ramonda, it's there. Ja som ty si Veronica, na na na, and this melody, it's just good. Yolanda do nothing wrong, but the only wrong thing, and that's, I think it's 35, that the odds also a little bit starting to count with the fact that only public is in the semifinal. It will be very hard for them to even go through semifinal. If they will do it, they will end up much better in the finals. But to get through only public semifinal is deadly for a niche artistic song. It's good for funny joke song or universally good speaking music, but for a niche in the way of art, it's a deadly trap. It's a deadly trap. I'm glad that Portugal is doing, and if I'm Portuguese delegation, because I think they will be struggling, and if they will go through, they will not go through from the first places where they kind of belong. Even I can tell this about each of those ballads, but they should go and they should gather other countries and fight back for completely change of voting system at Eurovision, because Portugal wants change its way of selecting songs and they are doing it basically amazingly, in my opinion. And this simple rule change changed everything for Portugal. Changed because they don't have any safety net, even though, as especially for the songs like this, zero motivation for artists with such a music to go to Eurovision, because they would struggle crazily just because they have specific music. And if we want specific but quality music, we need to change the system at least back, or revise it, do a revision. But this is for me for Portugal. This is why they will struggle. This is why they where they are, and this is why the other songs are not, because they have something which is much more catchier, much more approachable, much more on the first, on the first listen, immediate snap, better gradation. Without telling, like, Portugal, I wouldn't say that each of those songs is superior to any, because they are 4 different ballads. They are not superior to each other, but at some point Portugal is niche. It can go upper. It's the higher art. It's not really pop music. The other ones are pop music. They are. Even Lila Ramunda, it's a pop music. It's a nice, very nice ballad with the patterns of pop. The same counts with Veronica. This same counts with Hollow. Those are all pop music ballads. Grito, it's not. It's a jazz club music, which is not bad, but it has this downside, especially for the public voting. But let's see what is gonna happen. I'm very curious. Then those all 3 songs, like, I'm the most surprised I'm from Serbia, honestly. I think now, if I said my key for this would be to do this little detail change of her, instead of walking and being powerful, to be more, actually a little bit more acting, or maybe less, but with less movement, to not kill this atmosphere. This is it. For Slovenia, I have nothing to say. This works. I basically didn't even mind the dancer. I'm not sure that they are needed there. Maybe just to surround, to create bigger stage, or much more packed, but she can stand it. She can stand, like, when she had this look into the public, it was goosebumps, If I'm standing there, like, I will freeze, like Medusa looked at me, like a stone. And Dons need a little bit more relaxed performance with this tension in him. Like, he had this one moment over there where he looked like, yeah, I know what I'm preaching, but people never listen. This kind of, this kind of in here, and then it will be also perfect. I just think Serbia and Slovenia won't struggle to qualify. The rest might struggle. Even Latvia can a little bit struggle. It will be on the verge, and then they will all do a little bit better when they go to the finals, in my opinion. Of course, I'm commenting odds, which are who will win Eurovision, but they are kind of ordering anyway, and they changed a lot after this live pre-party, because this pre-party is just done brilliantly. Again, hands down to the whole production team and everybody who's connected to this, because this is a perfect job. This is how pre-party in 2024 and any after should look, and I'm glad that you're putting so much effort into it, because in my opinion it will pay off. It will pay off, maybe not this year, even I think it already did somehow, but it will definitely pay off in upcoming years. Brilliant job, perfect. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, become a member so you can see this video much sooner, or next videos sooner. And also with another layers you can get different benefits and also special content just for you. And you can also still send me a super like or buy me a coffee if you would like to support me and support this channel. It would be really helpful for me. And that's it. Watch my other videos and see you there, and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.